Hi y'all, Justin at Wildline Ropes. If y'all please like, share, and subscribe, that'd be great. Today we're going to talk about the FeatherLite Linemans Rope and how to use it properly. So your safety is our main concern, and you should always connect to a tether, a rappel, or a lifeline. So that's what I'll do now. That's the first thing that you should always do before you climb a tree. I like to keep my Linemans rope on my saddle, and that way I have it in an emergency situation. I have extra rope that I can work with right here. I keep it on this bungee tab. It's got a little pull tab, and it just falls right out. I'll take it, go around the tree into our belt loop, Linemans rope loop on our saddle. We always want to have the Linemans rope above our waist, and we always want to be as close to the tree as possible. The closer you are to the tree, the quicker it'll engage. If you have your Linemans rope way out here and you had slack in your tether, you would slip and fall. And then if you're not using a tether, what typically happens is if you have a stick break or kick out, then you'll slide to the tree until it catches, but a lot of times it's actually the stick below you that you hit and can actually, cause great injury. So always make sure you're climbing on a tether, rappel, or a lifeline, and always make sure it has minimal slack. That way you can't fall far. Alright, to use this Linemans rope correctly, I like to take this tag in here and go through the carabiner. Right now the carabiner helps tin this hitch like this, makes it a good bit easier to use. And if the hitch isn't moving smoothly, take your hand and just kind of break it in like that and wiggle it around, massage it around, and that'll help break up the hitch and kind of loosen it up a bit. So again, always make sure you're tethered into the tree. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to set it up on your saddle, and this is important to give you proper function. Typically I'll just take the eye and I'll girth hitch it. I like mine to be on my left side. I'll just girth hitch it to the Linemans rope loop on the saddle. Pull it tight. Sometimes I'll wrap it a couple of times if I have extra slack I want to get rid of. I like to keep mine. I'll do this right here. I'll just take the rope like that, bundle it up, and I have a bungee tab with a locker right here, and I'll just pull this out and then slide the locker down over it, and that's how I like to keep mine on my saddle. Now the most important thing is how to attach the carabiner. Alright, so most of the time I send them with the eyes a little bit bigger like this, and that's to accommodate for different size carabiners. If you have enough slack in the eye, you could add a cobra braid. So if it points up, it goes under. If it points down, it goes over. It'd look like that right there. It's just an over-under knot. Now you see how tight that is? Now my carabiner would probably, I know it'll fit in that. That's how I had it before. But if your carabiner won't fit in it, the best thing to do, and the eyes are large like this, to take your carabiner and just add a twist to it like that. And do the same thing for the other side. Now I still have a little bit extra slack, so if I wanted to help take up that slack, I could actually girth hitch this, and it would look about like that right there, and see how it's taking up a little bit more slack. The least amount of slack, the better it'll tend itself, because then you're using the carabiner to tend itself. So that's what the girth hitch would look like, and it puts the carabiner real close to the bottom of that hitch, and then finally take your rope and run it through, and then that way the carabiner tends it and you just pull your rope. And It's always nice to have to keep your lineman's rope on your saddle. I don't like bags, I just use the bungee tab here. But you should always have a lineman's rope or a spare rope of some sort to create a suspension relief system. And I'm pretty sure the Cobra from Custom Gear Modification, that's this saddle here, they actually give you a little daisy chain, and that daisy chain I'm pretty sure connects here and here on each side of the saddle to give yourself a safety relief system. I would just use this, or you could use the daisy chain to give yourself the safe to make the relief system, and then you could use your lineman's rope as a backup tether to tether climb back down if you were to get stuck on your tether. And that's why it's always nice to have a rappel rope, because then you got access to ground. You can't get stuck on your tether that way. But that's usually again, I'll just pull this tight. I'll take my hand, I'll just do this right here. Take the bungee tab, pull it out like that. Got my other rope caught in there, that's fine. Or I can just slide that up. That way it can't come off my saddle. Yep. Like, share, subscribe. That's about all there is to it.